Extraordinary God, Ordinary People podcast. Happy New Year, and welcome to a new year of this podcast. I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Lillie. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on. She's a Belmont women's soccer player, but she is also my brother's girlfriend's best friend. So shout out to Amanda for introducing us. But how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So we always start with an icebreaker. I've never done Mexican food, but we were talking off camera. Yeah. What is your favorite Mexican food here in Nashville?
I love Taco Mama. I think their queso is the best.
Where is that?
It's on 21st.
Okay. I've never been there. We just went to a new Mexican restaurant around this area. It wasn't very good. I won't say the name, but I'll have to definitely try that out. But we always start this podcast off with just kind of whatever you want to share about your childhood, if you were raised in the church, how you become a Christian, how you came to the Lord. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I originally grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, just a suburb outside of it. And I kind of grew up in a unique way because I have a twin brother and my two sisters are twins also. So we have two sets of twins. We kind of just always know as the Tabor twins in our community. But obviously I don't know any different. It's been such a blessing to have a built-in best friend. I think I pretty much call my brother Grayson every day, and then my sisters and my mom and dad we're in contact every day through text or calls. So we always just grew up in a really tight-knit awesome family. And then we grew up Lutheran, we went to the church every Sunday. But for me, I think I really didn't have a relationship with Jesus until I came into college. Kind of there's 168 hours in the week, and that was my 1 hour I gave to God was the Sunday. But growing up as a family, we'd always pray before meals or through harder times, just gravitating towards him. But yeah, I don't think it really was until I chose it personally then I became more of a believer.
What made you choose it personally in college? Was there something that had happened, or was it just something that you kind of realized, this is what I need now that I'm in a new city, in a new place, new friends, and I need the Lord more?
It was kind of both, I would say.
Okay.
I think I started just going to more things like FCA or finding a church home here. And since, you kind of just get dropped off and you're okay, I'm all alone. I'm 9 hours away from home. I don't know anyone. So, just leaning on him for, a lot of those things just in the beginning. And then also I remember, my freshman year, spring, I remember just, praying, my testimony's so boring, do I even have one? And, now looking back, I'm well, I'm so grateful for, a boring testimony that I don't have to hit, rock bottom to find the Lord. But I remember just, asking him for something to, test my faith. And then he ended up giving me a lot of things during that, season of life where I ended a relationship, and then my mom got cancer. My brother was in a bad spot with his, alcohol problem. So it was, that was, kind of a really big turning point. It's okay, well, I did ask for this, so I have to, lean on him more. Because, in those circumstances, I really have nothing else but him. So, to lean on him through those times was important for me.
Raised Lutheran, because I was actually raised Lutheran back in Florida. Were you confirmed in the church as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we had some other people on the podcast that they were that was their turning point, was being confirmed at 14. But I'm similar to you. It wasn't until college that I kind of realized I am 2,000 miles away, like you said. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
You're on the women's soccer team. How do you use your faith, or is that a component on the team to reach other girls, or is everyone pretty much Christian on the Belmont? Because I know it is a private school.
Yeah. I think one of the awesome things about Belmont, especially our soccer team, is we are so open about it, and we get to do things that maybe a lot of other teams don't get to do. And that's one of the reasons I chose Belmont is how awesome that whole athlete community is, but also just how close we are as a team. And I think for my freshman year, we've done team Bible studies where it's open for the girls to come, and this year I've taken more of a leadership role in it with either starting it and leading some of them or hosting them. And I think just having a connection with all the girls that we get to have this basis of a good faith, or at least everyone has some curiosity or some background in it, I think is awesome. I think also being a leader on the team, I get to be a good light for people to show even my transformation, my own faith. People would tell me oh, you look so something has changed, or the way even just as a team, as hard things happen as a team, you can lean on him. While it can be hard to not have your whole identity rested in that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So to go back to that harder point, do you mind sharing a little bit more during that point with your brother and with your mom? And you said that you prayed for that. Was it because you saw other people around you have these crazy testimonies that you wanted one, or was it just because you were just like, sure, God, like, test me, let's see what we can do? Because I'm with you on, I never had a crazy one until I was 22 with everything, but what was your mindset in praying that, I would ask?
I was just, in my own personal, like, reading, I was reading 1 Corinthians 4, and it was just talking about how, like, God gives you things to test your faith and that you can lean on him through those times, and I was just thinking, I'm like, well, do I have something? And then when I was going through FCA, they were like, do you want to share your testimony one night? And I'm like, I don't even know, like, what that could be. I was just, like, thinking about something that happened, like, 7 years ago. I was like, well, I want something that, like, can happen now, and I was kind of, like, even hesitant praying it, and I was like, okay, but no, like, I want a testimony that can change me, and then all those things happened. I was like, wait, why'd I ask for this? Yes. But I think definitely, like, my mom was a big one. I think even for our family, like, it just kind of started, like, a whole, like, transformation in everyone's faith, because she's a person like me, like, very, like, just pile as much as you can and, like, push through and try to do as much as possible. So, like, God giving her that just showed, like, she's like, I needed rest, and, like, I wasn't listening, so it's like, this is the way it would happen. But she would just, like, always leaning on the Lord, and just, like, the way people would ask it, she's like, how are you doing? And then she would bring in the Lord in conversations with, like, the grocery store beggar or, like, anywhere, to see her just, like, be so bold in her faith. And it started just, like, her and my dad would have Bible studies together, and then my sisters and I were just all talking about it. So I think her really having that, like, cancer, like, push all of our mindsets to be like, well, this, like, real life stuff can happen. Let's not, like, manufacture stress that isn't needed. And then my brother also has been, like, a super big, like, testimony for my faith and our whole families. He had a pretty, like, severe drinking problem through, like, high school and college. And then kind of one night, it was a situation where we kind of were all involved, and then he just made, like, a big turning point, like, all right, I'm committing myself to the Lord. There's no other option. And now he's, like, doing missionaries, going overseas to spread the word. Wow. Like, he just did a full 180. It's awesome to see. So, like, all that stuff, like, looking back at it now, I'm like, well, that stuff couldn't have happened if the Lord didn't place those things in my life. Obviously, now, like, easier said than done. Looking back, I'm like, well, that was really hard in those times to, like, lean on other people, or, like, just I was leaning on, like, worldly things of, like relationships, or, like, even, like, social media and things to, like, try to, like, fill that void. But, like, understanding that, like, having this, like, eternity mindset, like, in Philippians 1 that talks about that, having, like, my, like, in life, for me, like, to live is in Christ and to die is gain. It's, like, this eternity mindset can just give me, like, such confidence in the way that I can live now.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like God had you pray that prayer for, well, he had it for a reason, but it was almost like he placed that on your heart, and you still obeyed him in that moment. Like, I would have been like, are you sure, God?
Yeah,
like,
well,
are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Is your mom cancer-free?
Yes.
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Praise God. How long?
4 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So if anyone that's listening to this podcast who doesn't know the Lord or wants to kind of know the Lord a little bit more, what would you say to them?
I would just say, like, the true, like, hope and, like, just, like, confidence and beauty that you have in following him. Like, I think just the idea of being, like, into this, like, worldly things just always leads to, like, disaster. Like, in Paul writes, it's, like, everything in this world is, like, garbage. So it's, like, having just this mindset of, like, eternity can just, like, have such a good hope and, like, confidence in yourselves. I think one of my biggest struggles still is, like, the idea that I'm not good enough or I'm not doing enough, and just having, like, no, like, I don't have to do anything. Like, no good deeds will do anything to get me saved. Like, I already am welcomed into this family and, like, a sonship from God if I just, like, say yes to his invitation. So it's, like, the idea that I don't have to do anything extra, or I don't have to be doing all these things to get to heaven. It's, like, all he wants is this relationship with you and this desire to have, like, you and his family. So I think just the idea of, like, the true family and, like, saving and hope and freedom that you have in following him, that no sin can, like, tie you down.
Yeah, that's amazing. God is so good. There's no other way than putting it, that God is so good, and there's no other understanding of the Lord than, like you said. My husband on the podcast said, you don't really have to do anything. You just can pray and pick up the Bible.
Yeah.
He's not asking you he's asking us to go to church at some points, but he's just asking to have a relationship. Yeah. Church and community and everything else is extra, which is great. He wants us in those. But it starts with our hearts and where we are at the point. Do you think in college, do you have a turning point that you knew this is what I wanted to do and follow the Lord completely? Or was it just because it was a new town, new city, new everything?
I think it was kind of just, like, new everything that wanted me to, like, this is a fresh start. Like, no matter what high school was for me, like, I get to be, like, a completely new person. Like, who do I want to turn to? And I think I just see God's, like, grace and even placing me at Belmont, like, his goodness and, like, such having, like, great community and friends and people that support me and mentors in faith. It's awesome to see his hand in it. So it's, like, just praising him and going into what the next steps are in my faith for him.
How many years do you have left at Belmont?
I'm a junior now, so I have only, like, a year
so
and
one
a half.
more. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Do you have plans for after college?
Not really.
Okay.
I definitely kind of, like, want to stay in Nashville, but I'm a finance major, so
wherever it can go.
Yeah.
What made you choose finance?
I don't even know, really. Like, I remember just, like, liking the business side, and then I took one finance class. I'm like, oh, I really like that. Like, so I'll try it. But I really like it.
Teach their own, because I can't do math to save my life.
I know. That's why I feel when all, like, them sciencey people, I'm like, I can't even do that, so.
No. PT school, too.
Yeah.
No. I went to journalism school. That's the best that I can do.
Yes.
For Nashville, this place, I feel like in our church we're talking about, it's not a dark city. I feel like there is a lot of Christians that are here in Nashville, but there also is the music industry and the healthcare industry, and there's a lot of industries that I can feel like can be a dark place. Is there a way that you feel like for us being here in Nashville that we could give back to the city and to, like, the people in the community? What would just be some suggestions that you would have for people?
I would say, like, just the idea of, like, having a servant, like, leadership mindset. Like, Mark 10:45 just talks about, like, Jesus didn't come to this world to be served. He came, like, to serve. I think that's just important to, like, always having this, like, servant leadership mindset. It can be even, like, you don't have to go out every day and, like, serve in this, like, food pantry or whatever. It's just, like, little things that, like, can bring joy to people. I think just a big thing, too, is, like, looking around. It's, like, everyone's always just, like, glued to their phone or, like, talking to, like, on their earphones or whatever, but, like, just, like, a smile and, like, talking to people, like, how's your day, or I love this compliment and giving you this. It's, like, I think those things go a long way, too. I think also just, like, joining in different communities that, like, can get you fired up about the Lord and things like that. My twin sisters in Madison, Wisconsin started, like, a run club. It's, like, Run with Christ, and there's actually, like, a Nashville chapter here that I've been going to, and it's, like, just seeing, like, these, like, young adults or people all over the community with different, like, oh, I'm in the music industry, I'm in the healthcare industry, I'm in this, like, just all fired up about the same God and sharing him is just, like, pretty awesome. So I think just the continued involvement in, like, either your local church or different communities, there's definitely, like, abundant of them in Nashville, which is awesome. But yeah, there's definitely some big dark spaces in Nashville too where you can fall into, but just staying firm and, like, having communities like this or Bible studies that keep you strong in your faith.
That's amazing. So one of my last questions is, can you share what God's doing in your life right now? Or is there anything that's really cool that you want to share?
I think just recently I just feel his, like, presence and freedom in, like, this is a confidence I can have in sharing the gospel. It says, like, every knee will bow. My brother was telling me this. Like, every knee will bow in either heaven or hell. So you get to, like, everyone will know the Lord at some point. And in heaven, everyone already knows his good news and the gospel and everything. So, like, just having confidence in that on earth, like, that I can share because everybody will know him at some point. Or what if God put that person in my life and I was the person to share and plant that seed for him to water, and I didn't. So it's like, well, that was their chance to get to know him. So just having confidence in that, I think, has been, like, moving in my heart too. And one of my pastor this past weekend was talking about, he's like, well, how confident are you on, like, a scale of 1 to 10 in getting to heaven? And I was like, well, like 7 or 8, like, and they're like, well, why? It's like, well, I don't know if I've done enough or shared enough or all these things. Like, it should just be a 10 because, like, you have to do anything. God's already saved you, and just having, like, pure confidence in that. So I was like, okay. Like, I think just having, like, more gospel conversations and having his truth is just, like, the heartbeat of my life, and fueling my soul and my spirit to just continue to work in him. And I think this semester specifically, I've been focusing on the first hour, just, like, belongs to him. So I wake up an hour before I really need to, and just like going to walk and talk to him. And so that's been like really transforming in my like prayer life. Just the idea of like you are who like you surround yourself with. So if I like keep surrounding myself with Jesus more and more, then maybe I'll become like more like him. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I need to do that.
Yeah.
I need to
That's
do
like been
that.
one of the easier things, I think, because I'm a morning person. So like if I have to get up at like 6 or 5, like it's okay.
I used to be a morning person. I am
Yeah.
not a morning person anymore. I sleep till 9 o'clock now, and half the morning is gone. Yes. Thank you so much for coming on this podcast. Even just coming on here, I think that there's so much power in your testimony, but also just like, your heart for Jesus is so just pure and loving and kind, and I just really appreciate you coming to share the gospel with the people and the viewers.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. So if you guys want to listen, it will be on Spotify and YouTube in the next couple of weeks. But thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.